Have you ever found yourself wondering how the maids in luxury hotels manage to keep their kitchens sparkling clean in such a short time? While we struggle for hours to tidy up, these professionals have mastered a set of secrets that most of us have never even imagined. Over years of experience and working under the world's highest standards, they've learned techniques that let them transform any kitchen in minutes, not hours. Welcome back to Timeless Wisdom. Today, I'm excited to let you in on these secrets. What you're about to learn will totally change how you approach cleaning and organising your kitchen. These aren't just ordinary cleaning tips, these are 12 proven tricks used by the experts day in and day out to create kitchens so impressive they wow even the toughest guests. If you haven't tried these methods yet, you're likely spending way too much time and energy on chores that could be finished quickly and efficiently. Here's the best part. You don't need expensive products or any fancy equipment. All of these strategies are simple and practical. Anyone can use them at home. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to turn your kitchen from ordinary to extraordinary, just like the stunning spaces you see in magazines. So get ready to discover the real reasons why the pros achieve such remarkable results, while most people keep fighting the same messy battle every day. Tip 1. The 3-tray method. The first technique these professionals master is something I call the 3-tray method. The system solves one of the biggest problems we face in the kitchen, the constant disorganization of small objects that are scattered everywhere. The problem that this technique solves is simple but frustrating. You keep an item in one place, then need it and can't remember where you put it, or you leave everything scattered around on the counter because you don't have a specific place for each thing. This causes stress and makes you waste time looking for basic items in the middle of the rush of everyday life. How does it work in practice? You separate 3 trays or shallow containers. The first is for everyday utensils, such as bottle openers, peelers, and wooden spoons. The second is dedicated to the spices and condiments that you use most frequently. The third holds quick cleaning items such as special cloths and products for immediate use. The magic happens when you set fixed locations for these trays inside your cabinets or drawers. Each tray has its own specific position and never moves. When you need something, you know exactly where to find it. When you're done using it, it goes back to the same place. The benefits are immediate and transformative. Your kitchen looks cleaner because there are no objects scattered around. You save precious minutes every day because you don't have to search for anything. Most importantly, anyone in the family can stay organized because the system is so clear and easy to follow. Tip 2. The 5-minute rule. There is a rule that these professionals follow religiously and that can revolutionize your cleaning routine. It is the 5-minute rule, a powerful technique that solves the problem of accumulated dirt and clutter. The biggest problem we face is letting small tasks pile up until they become a mountain of work. You leave a few dishes in the sink, then a few more, until suddenly you have a huge pile to wash, or you put off cleaning up spills on the stove until they become hard to remove cakes. The technique works like this. Every time you enter the kitchen, dedicate exactly 5 minutes to completing small cleaning and organising tasks. This could be washing 3 dishes, wiping down the counter, putting away items that are out of place, or wiping down the stove. The secret is to do this consistently, several times a day. Here's a real-life example of how to apply this. You finish eating breakfast, and before leaving the kitchen, take 5 minutes to wash your cup, clear the table, and put away your coffee supplies. In the afternoon, when you go to get water, you take advantage of those 5 minutes to organize some spices or clean the inside of the microwave. The benefits of this rule are extraordinary. Your kitchen never gets completely messy because you're always doing preventative maintenance. You eliminate those heavy cleaning sessions that eat up hours of your weekend. Plus, you create an automatic habit that makes kitchen maintenance natural and effortless. Tip 3. The layered cleaning system. Professional housekeepers never clean a surface just once. They use what I call a layered cleaning system, an approach that ensures flawless results even in the most challenging situations. The problem this method solves is that it cleans the surface and doesn't really remove the dirt. You wipe the countertop and it looks clean, but when you light it from a different angle, you can still see the stains and residue. Or you clean the stovetop quickly, but the grease is still stuck in the corners. The system works in 3 distinct stages. First layer, you remove everything from the surface and do a dry clean, removing crumbs, debris and loose dirt. Second layer, apply the appropriate cleaning product and let it act for the time necessary to dissolve grease and stains. Third layer, do a wet clean with systematic movements, always from the cleanest to the dirtiest. I'll give you a practical example of cleaning the stove. First, you remove all the grates and burners that can be removed. Then, apply the degreasing product and let it act. In the meantime, clean the removable parts separately. Finally, clean the surface of the stove using circular motions, paying special attention to the corners where grease accumulates. The direct benefits are impressive. You get a deep clean that lasts much longer. You drastically reduce the need for hard scrubbing because the product has time to work. Your kitchen will have that professional shine that impresses anyone who walks in. If you're enjoying these professional tips, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all the news, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing where my friends who follow the channel are. Tip 4. The double cloth technique. One of the smartest techniques I've seen these professionals use is the double wipe method. This simple strategy solves a problem that most people don't even realize they're making while cleaning. The problem is very common. You use the same cloth to clean different surfaces, spreading dirt instead of removing it. You clean the sink with one cloth, then use the same cloth to clean the countertop. And, without realizing it, you are transferring germs and residue from one spot to another. This results in some areas never really getting clean. The double wipe technique is revolutionary in its simplicity. You always work with 2 cloths when cleaning. A damp cloth for initial cleaning and dirt removal, and a dry cloth for finishing and polishing. The damp cloth is never used for drying, and the dry cloth is never used for heavy-duty cleaning. In practice, it works like this. You wet the first cloth with water and cleaning product and remove all dirt, grease and stains. Then, with the second cloth completely dry and clean, you pass it over the entire surface to remove any residue of moisture and product, leaving a perfect finish. A real-life example is when cleaning the refrigerator. Use a damp cloth to remove spills, stains, and stuck-on residue. Then, with a dry cloth, finish cleaning all surfaces to remove any water or product marks, leaving the stainless steel or plastic with an impeccable shine. The benefits are immediately noticeable. Your surfaces will be free of water stains or product marks. The cleaning will last much longer because there is no residue to attract new dirt. In addition, you will avoid the proliferation of germs that occurs when we use the same cloth in different places. Tip 5. The secret of vertical organization. These professionals have discovered something that completely revolutionizes the use of space in the kitchen: the principle of vertical organization, an approach that solves the chronic problem of lack of storage space. The problem we all face is simple. Our kitchens never seem to have enough space for everything we need to store. You pile up pots and pans, stack dishes unsteadily, and yet there's always something left over with no designated place. This creates visual clutter and makes it difficult to find what you need. Vertical organization takes advantage of the entire height of your cabinets and drawers, not just the horizontal area. The idea is to create layers of storage that allow you to store many more items in the same space while keeping everything accessible and organized. How to apply it in practice. Use supports and dividers to create levels within cabinets. Install hooks on the inside of doors for lightweight utensils. Use organisers that fit one on top of the other, creating levels within drawers. Pans can be organised with vertical supports that allow you to remove one without disturbing the others. One transformative example is organising your spices. Instead of leaving them scattered on the shelf, use a tiered organiser that allows you to see all the jars at once, or attach a rack to the cabinet door so that each spice has its own place and is always visible. The benefits of this technique are impressive. You multiply your storage capacity without needing more furniture. You can find any item quickly because everything is visible and has a defined place. The kitchen looks cleaner and more organised, even though you store a lot more things than before. Tip 6. The timer strategy. One of the most powerful techniques these professionals use to stay efficient is something I call the timer strategy. This approach solves a very common problem: losing focus during cleaning and organising tasks. The problem arises when we start a cleaning task without a clear time frame. You start organising one drawer and 2 hours later you're going through 3 different cabinets without having completed any of the tasks properly. This creates frustration and makes the task seem never-ending. The strategy works by setting specific times for each task before you begin. You set a timer for 15, 20 or 30 minutes, depending on the complexity of the task, and dedicate yourself exclusively to that activity until the timer runs out. When the timer goes off, you stop immediately, even if you haven't finished it completely. In practice, it works like this. You decide to clean and organise your pantry. Set a timer for 20 minutes and work with total focus on this single task. You remove everything, clean the shelves, check expiration dates, and reorganise by category. When the timer goes off, you stop, even if you still have some details to adjust. A real-life example is organising your refrigerator. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Remove everything from one shelf at a time. Clean and reorganise according to logical criteria such as frequency of use and type of food. The timer forces you to be efficient and prevents you from getting lost in unnecessary details. The benefits are transformative for your productivity. You work with much more focus because you know you have a limited amount of time. You avoid procrastination because 15 or 20 minutes seems manageable. Plus, you can fit these tasks into small intervals in your routine without having to spend long periods of time cleaning. Tip 7. The immediate replacement method. There is a principle that these professionals follow religiously and that prevents 90% of kitchen disorganization problems. It is the immediate replacement method, a simple technique that eliminates the accumulation of clutter. The problem this method solves is universal. You use something and put it away for later. You pick up a spice and leave it on the counter. You use a pan and leave it in the sink to wash later. Little by little, these little acts add up until your kitchen is completely messy. The immediate replacement method is revolutionary in its simplicity. Every time you take something from its place, you must immediately replace it with another action. If you take an item out of the closet, you must put away another that is out of place. If you dirty a surface, you must clean another that already needed attention. Let me give you a practical example. You go to get some salt from the spice cabinet. Using the immediate replacement method, you can use it to put away the olive oil that was on the counter, or to clean up a spill that you noticed on the shelf. This way, every movement in the kitchen helps to keep things organized instead of just creating more mess. Another example, you finish using a cutting board. Instead of just leaving it in the sink, you take the opportunity to put the knife away from the counter and wipe the area where you are cutting. These are small actions that take extra seconds, but they make a huge difference in the final result. The direct benefits are extraordinary. Your kitchen automatically stays organized without the need for specific tidying sessions. You develop a natural awareness of organization that becomes an unconscious habit. Most importantly, other family members begin to imitate this behavior, multiplying the results. Tip 8. the functional zones technique. One of the smartest discoveries these professionals made was how to divide the kitchen into functional zones. This organisation solves one of the biggest efficiency problems: wasted time moving around looking for related items. The problem is very common. You go to make coffee and need to get the sugar from one cupboard, the cup from another, the spoon from a different drawer. To make a sandwich, the ingredients are spread out across the fridge, the bread in one place, the knife in another. This makes any simple task take much longer than it should. The functional zone technique groups related items into specific areas of the kitchen. You create workstations where everything you need for a specific task is concentrated in the same place, or very close to it. It's like having small specialized kitchens within your main kitchen. How to apply it in practice. Create a coffee area with cups, sugar, sweetener, spoons and filters all in the same cupboard. Set up a preparation area with cutting boards, knives, basic seasonings and cutting utensils close to where you usually prepare food. Organize a cleaning area with products, cloths and sponges concentrated near the sink. A transformative example is the snack area. Concentrate bread, cookies, jams, butters, and everything related to snacks in a specific area. When someone in the family wants to have a snack, they can find everything in the same place without having to turn the entire kitchen upside down. The benefits of this organisation are immediate. You save time and energy because you don't have to move around as much during tasks. The kitchen runs more smoothly and logically. Other family members can find and use items without creating a mess because everything is grouped together intuitively. Before I move on to the next tip, I want to tell you about something special I prepared for those who want to go beyond this video. It's a complete guide with organisation secrets that completely transform my home and can transform yours too. The link is in the pinned comment, and for a limited time, I'm offering a special discount for channel subscribers. Now, let's continue with the next tips, which are some of my favourites. Tip 9. The preventive maintenance system. These professionals have developed something that completely revolutionises the durability and functioning of kitchen equipment. It is the preventive maintenance system, an approach that solves the problem of appliances that break down at the worst possible time. The problem we all face is that we wait for our appliances to malfunction before we start worrying about them. The microwave stops working properly. The refrigerator starts making strange noises. The stove takes a long time to turn on. When this happens, it is usually too late, and we have to spend a lot of money on repairs or replacements. Preventive maintenance works by creating a routine of regular maintenance that keeps everything running smoothly for much longer. These are simple, quick tasks that prevent problems before they arise. In practice, it works like this. Once a month, you spend 15 minutes cleaning the microwave filter and checking that the door seal is in good condition. Every 2 months, you clean the back of the refrigerator coils and check that the door seals are sealing properly. On the stove, you clean the burners monthly and check that the holes are not clogged. One specific example is taking care of your sink and drain. Once a week, pour hot water and detergent down the drain to prevent blockages. Monthly, use specific products to remove accumulated grease. This prevents those dramatic blockages that always happen when you need your sink to work the most. The benefits are extraordinary for your savings and peace of mind. Your appliances last much longer because they receive regular care. You avoid unexpected expenses for emergency repairs. Plus, your kitchen always works efficiently without those annoying little problems that accumulate over time. Tip 10. The simultaneous cleaning rule. One of the most effective techniques I've seen these professionals use is the simultaneous cleaning rule. This strategy solves the problem of dirt buildup that occurs during meal preparation. The problem is very common. You cook and leave dirty utensils lying around, spills on the counter, ingredients out of place. When you finish cooking, you have a huge second task of cleaning and organising. This makes cooking seem like a lot more work than it really needs to be. The rule of simultaneous cleaning completely changes this dynamic. You clean and organise while you cook, taking advantage of the waiting times and natural pauses in food preparation. Instead of accumulating everything for later, you can complete small cleaning tasks as you go. How to apply it in practice. While the water boils for the pasta, you wash the utensils you've already used. While the meat is cooking, you clean the spills from the counter and put away the seasonings. When something is in the oven, you take the opportunity to organise the ingredients you're no longer going to use. A transformative example, you're going to make a stir-fry. While you're cutting the vegetables, you throw the peels directly into the trash, not on the counter. After cutting each ingredient, quickly wipe the cutting board before cutting the next one. While the stir-fry cooks, wash the knife and put away the seasonings. When the food is ready, the kitchen is practically clean. The benefits of this rule are revolutionary. You finish cooking with your kitchen almost completely organised. It eliminates that feeling of discouragement that comes after preparing a meal and seeing all the mess that is left behind. Plus, it makes cooking much more enjoyable because there is no accumulation of unpleasant tasks. Tip 11. The clear container method. There's a visual technique that these professionals use that completely transforms the organisation of the pantry and refrigerator. It is the transparent container method, a strategy that solves several problems at once. The main problem is the invisibility of food stored in its original packaging. You buy rice, beans, sugar, and then forget what you have at home. Sometimes you buy duplicate products because you don't remember you already had them. Other times, food spoils because it was hidden behind other packaging. The clear container method works by transferring all dry foods and some liquids into clear glass or plastic containers. This way, you can immediately see what you have available, how much is left of each item, and can quickly identify any problems like pests or spoilage. In practice, it works like this. You invest in a set of transparent containers of different sizes. Transfer rice, beans, sugar, flour, cookies, cereals, and other dry goods into these containers. Stick labels on them with the product name and expiration date. Organise everything so that you can see all the containers at once. One specific example is organising your spices. Use small clear spice containers that come in sachets. Not only does it look nicer, but you can also see immediately when a spice is running low and needs to be replaced. In the refrigerator, use clear containers for leftovers, organising them by date, so that you always use the oldest ones first. The benefits are impressive, both for organisation and savings. You'll never buy duplicate items again because you can see exactly what you have at home. You save money because you make better use of food, consuming everything before it expires. Your pantry and refrigerator will look professional and be much more functional for everyday use. Tip 12. The nighttime cleaning technique. The last technique I want to share is perhaps the most transformative of all. It's the nighttime reset technique, a simple ritual that ensures you always wake up to a perfect, ready-to-use kitchen. The problem that this technique solves is starting the day with a messy kitchen from the night before. You wake up wanting to have a quiet coffee and find yourself with dirty dishes, a messy countertop, and a sink full of utensils. This creates unnecessary stress right at the start of the day and puts you at a disadvantage. The nighttime reset technique is a 10 to 15-minute ritual that you do every night before going to sleep. It's like preparing your kitchen for an important guest the next day. You leave everything spotless, organised, and ready to use. How it works in practice. Every night after your last meal, you spend a few minutes washing all the dirty dishes, wiping down all the surfaces, putting away any items that are out of place, and preparing a few things for breakfast the next day. You prepare the coffee maker, set out the cups and sugar, and organise everything you need. A specific example: before going to bed, you wash the dinner dishes, wipe down the stove and countertops, put away spices and utensils, sweep the floor if necessary, and prepare what you will use for breakfast. When you wake up, you find a kitchen that looks like it was tidied up by a fairy during the night. The emotional and practical benefits are extraordinary. You wake up feeling in control and organised. Your mornings become much more peaceful and enjoyable. You develop a habit of keeping your kitchen tidy without much effort. In addition, other family members begin to value organisation more when they see how good it feels to start the day with everything tidy. These 12 techniques I just shared have the power to completely transform your relationship with the kitchen. They're not just cleaning tricks, they're smart strategies that experienced professionals have developed over years of meeting the most demanding standards. The most important thing is to start by applying one technique at a time. Choose the one that caught your attention the most. Practice it for a few days until it becomes second nature. Then incorporate another. In a few weeks, you will have a kitchen that works much more efficiently and pleasantly. Remember, an organised kitchen isn't just about looks. It's about quality of life, saving time, reducing stress, and making your daily activities more enjoyable. These techniques will give you back precious hours that you were wasting on time-consuming and frustrating tasks. Final thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these techniques are you most excited to try out in your own kitchen? Let me know in the comments below which tip inspired you and how you plan to use it in your daily routine. Your experiences and ideas might help someone else in our community too. And if you haven't already joined us here at Timeless Wisdom, now is the perfect time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on practical tips and inspiration to make your home and your life a little brighter and easier. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me today. If you found these ideas helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend or family member who might need a little kitchen motivation. Stay tuned for more helpful content coming soon. Until next time, take care and keep making every day at home a little more joyful. See you in the next video on Timeless Wisdom.